powerful knight who have a curse. Kill him in just one hit, and then a grown man is literally trying to murder him.
Hello and welcome to WedNESday. So, I'm not that big a fan of sports. I remember, some of my earliest memories of me as a kid, you know, wanting to play my Sega Genesis, you know, sitting there playing some Sonic, and then my dad would come home and say, alright, we're putting on the game, and I'd get kicked off the video games. So I decided, whatever comes on the screen, that is the enemy of me being able to do what I want. And it's sports. Yeah, my dad absolutely loves sports. But I'm wondering, what if the thing that I was asked to be kicked off of was a sports video game, like Tecmo Bowl?
Alright, so we have a bunch of teams that we can choose from, and as you might have been able to guess from the background and clothing of the last shot, I'm going to be choosing Washington. And we're thrown into a game with a random team, and it looks like I'm going against Denver. Now, even without fully understanding football, I understand some of the basics, and I gotta say two things about this game. Offense is fun, and defense sucks. Seriously, when you're playing offense, sky's the limit. You get to throw the pigskin to your guy, and then you're bobbing and weaving. You are on a breakaway. You feel like a champ. It's a blast. I love it. And then there's defense. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Even after all of the games I played of Tecmo Bowl, I still don't understand what the screen in between plays is for. I was not raised in ancient Egypt. You throw up all these fancy hieroglyphics, it doesn't mean a thing to me. The words, though, I get that. Pass, run, yeah, that makes sense. But when you're playing defense, you're using the same words. Does this mean that I have like a 25% chance of getting an instant down? I don't know. Sometimes I get lucky and the ball carrier just gets murdered by my entire team. Other times they throw the ball and it is over. The runner is gone and no amount of praying is going to be able to exercise that speed demon. I mean, when I'm on offense, it seems as almost every single member of the opposing teams has at least 5 years of Navy SEAL training. But when one of their guys is on a breakaway, it's only a miracle if any of my guys can stop them. 9 times out of 10, I just have to run from the other side of the globe while they pick up 60 yards on me. And that's just passing. The one thing that really confuses me to the moon and back is when they try and run the ball. You see, if the guy runs to the bottom of the screen, I'm gonna run down there too. But every time, without fail, when I dive...
What the flip was that?
Every time I have that shot lined up perfectly like Lee Harvey Oswald, I leap at the guy and then all of a sudden, oops, I guess I'm going 45 degrees in the opposite direction.
And he's out of there. You see, my player's the only one I control, but if I try and jump outwards, I guess I can't control him anymore.
However, I do like it when someone who doesn't have the ball gets tackled. You see, I was gonna stop the guy with the ball, but then his buddy got a hand on my face mask and just chucked me a good 45 feet to the north. Now, the game wasn't too bad. I mean, I did manage to stop them a few times, but I mean, come on. The halftime show has dancing girls. And I'm guessing that in 1987, this was probably the hottest thing video games have ever produced. But in all fairness, this is Tecmo Bowl.
Okay, in all honesty, the only Koei Tecmo game I own is this, and, you know, for as tame as it is, I mean, it still had Sia in it, so I guess it's just, you know, par for the course for Tecmo to make really just good-looking girls.
But yeah, this game isn't about babes, it's about big muscly dudes giving each other lifelong debilitating CTE, and that's exactly what we do. Now, when I have the ball, I do not like running it. I hardly ever pick up any yards, and sometimes I'm taken down instantly. Besides, throwing it is amazing. You can get the ball all the way down the field, and you're almost alone with 1 or 2 players to juke, and then you can just make up major ground. The one drawback is... interception! Yep, sometimes a guy will jump up in front of me, and not only do I not get the funnest part of the game, now I'm on... defense.
Which is just... I hate playing on defense.
Seriously, shutting someone down perfectly 3 times to all of a sudden screw up and needing to start over from a first down, it's soul-crushing. But having them run the ball in? I got killed in my first game. Also, they don't, have the take a knee feature. You see, I caught the ball in the end zone, but I tried to take a knee, but I couldn't do it. The guy came over, and I got a safety.
I'm guessing it's a newer rule? Has the game really evolved since the 80s?
So yeah, the first game was a blowout, and I decided, okay, this game is not fun, but if I can win just 1 game, I'll be happy. And I went against several teams. New York got an early score on me. Reset. San Francisco also managed to instantly intercept me, but Chicago, this is where things were going good. I got the quick lead, and then I managed to hold them back, get another touchdown, and then I was able to hold them to only a field goal. Things were going my way.
But that flesh slug in the heel is!
I thought for sure I was gonna destroy these weird purple-skinned alien men, but then I started throwing interception like it was my foreordained birthright. Well, after this, I switched to San Francisco for two main reasons. First off, I mentioned that I really enjoy throwing the ball, and for some reason, San Francisco has 3 passing options instead of 2. Second off, Washington's colors are red and white. I prefer to play as the team that is sporting gold and burgundy. So I had another winnable game against Minnesota. It was a rough battle. I scored a touchdown, then they scored one. We were going back and forth. But then, as an act of divine providence, the Fools missed their extra point. All I need to do now is have a fair back and forth, and I'll be able to win this game by 1 point. But with my legendary throws, I pulled off an interception. But in the very next play, I managed to get the ball back. Look at this! I am taking on the entire team! You can't catch me! I'm that gingerbread guy! Well, their team also had an MVP who could take on my entire team. But unlike me, who had quick wits and sweet moves, they just had a steamroller. Look at this guy, he's just running through my people and tossing them aside like paper. What the heck? Well, it all went downhill from here. I went for a throw, and here's the thing. I'm learning the signs to lower my interception rate, but this unfair arrow indicates where I'm going to throw my ball. I see this guy who's wide open. Awesome! I throw the ball, but then it careens to some dude who I didn't even know was on the field. Minnesota reclaims possession of the ball, and I get beat. But after a few more losses, I went against Cleveland. And by this point, I actually know the mechanics of the video game and the actual sport. Let's do this! So I start out with an early score, and here's the thing, as long as I don't throw those interceptions, I consider myself pretty decent at this game. See, I even managed to stop them from scoring in the first half. But that's mainly because I started running the ball a lot. You see, there's a 75% chance they're gonna try and stop a pass. This way I eat up the clock, and running the ball guarantees that I won't throw an interception. Speaking of interceptions, I've actually learned to pull them off myself. I pay attention and notice which player is about to become player 2, and then I get in their way. I mean, because of this, I never rush the person throwing the ball, so their runs are usually pretty effective. But the computer is honestly too stupid to realize that I'm playing some pretty competitive prevent defense. So I played an amazing first half, but my incompetence did take over. But by this point, I had scored too many points to screw it up.
Hail victory! Braves on the warpath! Fight for all San Francisco! Yeah! Get ready! Hold on real quick.
Okay, only 215 monthly views. You know what? I'll take dislikes.
Yeah! Get wrecked, Cleveland! Woo! So that's Tecmo Bowl. It's a lot of fun when you're on offense. But hey, the new season of football just started. Josh Norman's on our team, and my last name is actually Norman, so that's pretty flippin' awesome. So if you're not from Ohio, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you like video game related content, go ahead and subscribe, because next Wednesday I'll be taking a look at Super Mario Bros. 3. See you then.